Welcome to Ruddle Me This. I am, as always, your faithful host, Taylor Ruddle, and I am seated next to two absolute mountains of flesh today. We have a couple of wrestlers from Unified Championship Wrestling, so I'll do some quick introductions. To my right, this man is sometimes known as the Eccentric One, sometimes the Colourful Conundrum, but I mostly know him as my friend from high school, Elliot. Thank you for joining me.
Absolute pleasure, Mr. Ruddle.
Whereas to my left, we have the main attraction, but today we simply know him as Champ Marc Morales. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
So, gentlemen, we are going to do, this is the first kind of, Ruddle Me This interview with some wrestlers. I'm stoked that you can be here.
Fantastic.
Let's just go through kind of a little bit of your background maybe. So, Elliot, you want to give a little quick introduction to the camera?
So, I am the second to none, eccentric one, the often imitated, never duplicated, never forgotten one. I am the eccentric one, Elliot Samuels, and I have been known as exactly the colourful conundrum, the second to none eccentric one himself. But I've also been known as an 11-time amateur wrestling medalist well before I started in professional wrestling.
Thank you for coming on the show, Elliot.
Thank you.
We go way back, don't we?
We do go way back.
All the way back to year 9 in high school.
Oh, goodness. That's some years back.
And just look at us now, huh?
I know, and we were both fire red with acne when we met.
How the more things change, the more they stay the same, eh, Elliot?
Exactly right. Exactly right, Mr. Ruddle.
And to my left, the champion of UCW, Marc Morales. Did you want to give a quick introduction to the camera?
I don't have that. I'm Marc Morales. I've been doing this way too long now, and somehow I keep ending up with belts and wins and broken backs. But that's yay!
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into a little bit of kind of who you are as people. So, Elliot, how many years have you been an active wrestler for?
Brace yourselves, because I started amateur wrestling at the age of 15, and I've been doing it off and on, including my 5 years active in-ring at this point, for 18 years.
Wow. Fantastic.
You look pretty good for 23.
Well, we're not quite 23 anymore. That's okay.
And then Mark, same question. How many years active?
I think I debuted 8-9 years ago now in pro wrestling, and then before that we were 2009, 2008. I think I debuted in MMA and managed to get punched in the face way too much, and now I just get dropped on my head way too much.
We're moving up in the world then, aren't we?
Back to head. All right.
Alrighty.
So you're both bringing a sort of different set of skills from your previous sort of, I don't know what you call it, your styles, if you will. So
Combat careers, if you want to call
there you
it
go,
that.
combat careers. That's a fantastic one. So, Elliot, we all know wrestlers, there's a lot of moves you can use in professional wrestling, but wrestlers tend to find a few that only they can do, the way that, the way they sort of tweak their hips, or they can deliver the slam in the right angle and the right way to, stun somebody enough to hold them down for the 3 count.
Correct.
What were your signature moves that you found to be your favorites?
Oh, well, I've always enjoyed giving people altitude and air miles, And by that I mean I enjoy nothing more than throwing a bloke about. And so I love a German suplex. I love a standing vertical. But I'm also known for a guy to use the defamer from time to time. A lot of people may refer to that as the perfect plex. I love my fisherman suplex. And so, of course, that is my finishing move, what I call the defamer, my fisherman suplex. But I'm also known for my submission game. So I very much enjoy ripping guys apart mentally and having them submit and tap out. So I enjoy an STF. I call it the moment maker. I enjoy my Indian deathlock, Celtic knot leg lock. I also very much enjoy a good Regal stretch from none other, the very famous William Regal. So I'm known for my submission game to boot.
That's right. And I remember, so not a lot of people know this, but these two actually took me through a couple of training sessions probably 2 or 3 years ago when I was...
You remember those?
I think I had a little more spare time. And
Wow.
yes, I remember you putting the stretch on me. Elliot has this way of finding the soft, fleshy parts of your body and just driving his elbow or his thumb or whatever it is right into these, the ribs was a good one. So.
Yes, I mean, of course, I'm known for a knife edge, and for those that don't know it, well, it's right here.
That's the one,
right
yeah.
along into your wrist, and of course, it acts like a knife through butter. It's quite fun, and of course, I'm sorry, I still remember your squeals and your agony.
I remember one thing about that training. You trying to take my head off with your arm every time. Trying to be like, this is how you run the ropes. And every time you just close on my face right off my shoulders.
Well, the thing is, you ever hear the old expression, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail?
Yes, that's a wonderful saying.
Yeah, you taught me how to run the ropes. You taught me how to kind of try to land flat and absorb some of the impact. And I think, the shoulder, what is the moves I learned? The shoulder block.
And a clothesline.
And a
lariat.
clothesline.
Yeah, that was about all I knew.
Yes.
Oh, my neck,
And-
my chin.
Yes, yes. And then, of course, I remember nothing more than thinking your sheer surprise and shock when you gave me your first shoulder tackle ever in your life, and you thought you'd demolish me like a bulldozer.
I think he did.
He did. I tell you what,
Did your shoe come off?
my boot came off. It went flying and just about hit me in the head on the way through. So it's all good.
Well, when you're a big boy, you've only got a few tools you can play with. There, so-
Big hammer.
Yeah, big hammer.
Yeah,
It wasn't a big hammer, it was a mallet. That's for sure.
So then, Mark, some of your favourite moves and your signature moves, they're a little harder to maybe name, as you've got some... you had a sort of theatrical flair to some of your moves. What were some of your moves there?
Yeah, I understand that sometimes you need to mix it up a bit and surprise someone. So what's more surprising than taking someone's bare backside to your face? Or in wrestling, we're trying to pin someone's shoulders to the ground. So center of gravity is in your hips. So if I sit on your face and shoulders, you're not getting up. So that, the 69 position seems to do a good job. And
It's a dominant position.
It's a dominant position, to say the very least. Good grief.
so yeah, they work. I need to probably stop trying to jump off the top rope. I'm not having much success with a big elbow drop. And,
You're not? No.
One day.
Yeah. It never stopped Ric Flair from trying, even though he never landed a move. I think maybe once in his career he landed that double axe handle he was going for.
And look how many titles he won.
Exactly, yeah. That's a blueprint for success right there, isn't it?
Keep trying. Just keep trying.
Okay. So we'll start with the champion here. You are currently the UCW Heavyweight Championship? Is that the correct?
I think we're called the Unified Heavyweight
Champion. So is that the only title you've held in wrestling? What else have you held?
So I got told last show I'm officially the first Grand Slam winner. So
Well done.
we have the heavyweight title, we have the light heavyweight title, the Aftershock Pro Wrestling title, which was my first one and
Is that the
lasted.
24/7 one or something?
It wasn't back when I won it. When
Right.
I won it, it was the title in
Back when
Christchurch.
it meant something.
Well, I had it for about a minute and a half, and Charlie Roberts kicked my head off. And then I was a tag team champion, not by choice, but I kind of got thrown in there by one Mr. Raygun. You can just stay at home, thanks, Raygun.
Yeah, I believe in the last show I managed to catch Raygun's attention because I screamed, "I hate you, Raygun!" and I saw his head whip round and lock onto me. So, Raygun, I still hate you. I hate you so much, Raygun. You're one of the most despicable men in the wrestling industry, and I want all the bad things to happen to you, Raygun. Sorry, I got a little heated there, gentlemen. We got
You're fine.
we got to continue.
Fine. Most people hate him.
Yes, it's fine. Most
He's
people
very
do.
easy to hate.
He's a hateable man.
I'll make you jealous. I don't know if you saw it, but I got to spank him at the last show.
I believe I did see that.
Bent
yes.
him over a guardrail and spanked him.
That'll teach him a lesson.
That will hopefully teach him a lesson, at least manners, anyway. Manners at the very least.
So then, Elliot, what
Yes.
titles have you won in your 5-year career?
Well, I've been very privileged, very honoured to be a former Unified Championship Wrestling light heavyweight champion.
I think I was there the night you won that. Who did you win that off?
I won that off of Reese
Gibson? Yeah.
Gibson,
That's
yes.
right, you did, yeah.
Gibbo. He's my tag partner when we won the tag belt.
I know.
He's very talented.
He's very talented.
He's
and I mean,
crazy.
Crazy is an understatement.
He jumped off the rafters.
No, he jumped off the ring. He's done that
multiple times.
I know. And of course, that man just doesn't know doesn't know that gravity exists.
I think he's still a bit hurt after the last show. He's a bit sore. I don't know if he's going to be here in March, but we wish you all the best, Gibbo.
Exactly, Gibbo.
Stay away from Ray.
Yes.
You're better without him.
Exactly. Much better.
I don't know. You're good with me. We won our tag belts and you lost it with him. So
Yes.
So this, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the next question. We'll start with the champion this time as well. So, Mark, what was your favourite match you've ever had?
My favourite? Honestly, I really enjoyed beating Raygun at WrestleMass. That was fantastic.
Yep.
Also, I don't know if anyone will really remember this, but we performed. I wrestled for the vacant light heavyweight title at Riccarton High School. Speaking of Riccarton High, against
we know that place.
We know that place.
Against one Mr. Willpower, and that was one of my favourite matches I think I've ever had. Thank you to V Ice Chocolate for the sponsorship at the time. That was great. That was fantastic. But Willpower is a legend, especially in the South Island, but he should be all around New Zealand as a wrestler. He is amazing. He taught me so much by beating me up multiple times. That was so much fun.
You learn more from your losses than you do from your victories.
I mean, I won,
you do.
but
you did win. Okay, right.
He-
Forget that. Don't worry. We'll get that in. We'll get that in
no,
post.
you keep everything in. This is great. I won that one, but I owe him so much.
Brilliant. And then the second question, was that also your hardest match?
Ooh, I don't know. Taylor Adams for the light heavyweight title. He'd just come back from Japan working with Michinoko Pro in Japan.
Nice.
He came
Wow.
back on a whole nother level, and at the time I was still only a couple years in, and he showed me there were levels to this game, and he kicked my head off. He beat me for that bout, he kicked my head off, and I had to grow and develop from there. I also know the match that everyone's thinking I should say, and it was against Abraxas. He made me bleed like a stuck pig, and then stapled my face to a poster, put skewers
Yes, he
through my
did.
head, hit me with a baseball bat out of midair. Again, I got to stop jumping off that top rope.
You've got to. Yes.
And then put me through a table while I was wearing a crimson mask. That hurt, but I've never been knocked out like against Taylor Adams. That was insane.
All right. Wow. So then, Elliot, what was your favourite match you've had so far?
Oh, goodness. There are so many wonderful moments in the ring, and I'm all about
Making moments.
I'm all about making moments. And for me, the one match I will always remember is against the shooter Shane Sinclair. And I'll tell you what, there were moments in that match where he comes from a background similar to mine. So it was like playing human chess with yourself. And that is what wrestling really is. Sometimes you've just got to kind of throw your arsenal out there and hope.
All about throwing your ass out there.
Oh, arsenal.
Just the first three letters, yeah.
Arsenal. All about throwing your arsenal out there
That's
and
a t-shirt.
hoping something sticks. And the thing that surprised me most of all, even though that was a loss for me, is that he made the mistake of going to the top rope and he was going to moonsault me. And I thought, oh, we're not having that. I don't want to be squashed into this mat like a piece of roadkill. So, of course, I managed to find the strength to get up and then knock him and notch him on the top rope. And that's a problem because, he's 120 kilo or so and roughly about 6'5". I'm only 5'7". I've got to bring him down and he's facing the wrong way. So we ended up thinking, fine, I'll German him. The decision made, we clamber up, we fly off, and just when I think I've got this in the bag, and just when I think that's right, who should show up but Daniel Crick to ruin all my fun? Despicable.
I don't hate him, all right? We had some good times. Last year, we had some good times. Dan Crick, not the worst guy I've ever met. He's not Ray Gun, but like...
No, he's not Ray Gun.
No, it's hard to be Ray Gun.
But yes, Daniel Crick ruined all my fun, and then I got subsequently beaten with a heel hook.
That's a painful move.
It's a terribly painful
I
move.
wouldn't feel any shame beating with a heel hook.
No. I tell you what, it's a hold that I didn't think the shooter knew. And I wasn't prepared for it, and I had no choice. I was caught.
You'll get him next time.
Exactly.
The reason he was the first SPW heavyweight champ. Shane Sinclair is really talented.
Exactly.
I wonder
And
if we'll see him back here one day.
I wonder. And here's the other really cool thing too. Of all the people that I could choose from, I've been very lucky that I've had the privilege of being in the ring with Shane Sinclair.
Sounds good. Was that also your hardest match that you ever had?
The hardest match I ever had was probably with Shane Sinclair, but I would also say the hardest match I've ever had
I don't want to hear it, all right? You've missed the boat.
is...
Nope. Don't do it. We all know who it really was.
I know. This man right here.
Damn it, Taylor.
This man right here. That
Beat
man
Elliot up.
over there, the current
Sorry.
heavyweight champion.
Yes. No, I was there for that match.
Yes.
Might have even been the first event that I came out to. I'm not 100% sure, but...
Yeah.
Oh, you come out as well.
What's that?
2 out of 3, I did.
I mean, there you go.
You have that effect on people. Okay, so next question for the champ. Who is your dream opponent in New Zealand?
Ooh. There's a couple I still really want to wrestle and try and prove myself against. Shane Sinclair is on that list. One, what's his name these days? James Shaw. He's got some moniker these days. The Divine Savior or something.
Yeah.
He's always... We've never crossed paths. We've always shared locker rooms, but we've never crossed paths. I really, really want to see if I can live up to that. He's won almost more titles in this country than anyone else. I know Hooligan, Marcus Krul, is healthy and back. I saw the promo come out today that he's going to be here in March. He's coming for this heavyweight title, so...
Well, you're in his crosshairs then.
That's a man I would love to, see who the better mark with the C is. Maybe.
Mix it up with the Hooligan. Great. I've tried to get the Hooligan on a few times, but we could never make it work. And then the last time he was up was when he announced his injury. So I thought he's probably not going to want to do a wrestling interview while he's dealing with that. So, but Hooligan, if you're watching, open invite, man. We've sent a few messages back and forth. Anytime you're in town, hit me up. I'd love to have you on the show.
In town March 8th, just saying.
We might have to see if we can tee it up then. Yeah, brilliant. Sounds great. So then, Elliot,
Yes.
dream opponent, New Zealand.
I believe it's already been answered. I feel the same as you do, Mark. I would really love a match with James Shaw. I would love that opportunity. I feel that I would learn more and relish more in that
Menage a trois.
opportunity. And I tell you what, I feel especially dream opponent. There are so many talented people, and it's so difficult to choose. But if it was going to be anybody, Sky. Cool guy Sky.
Yeah.
And that is an opportunity in of and by itself. But of course, like I say, those two are up there for sure, and up there for very good reason, because I feel personally that we can make some moments happen, boys.
Out of experience, don't let Sky go to the top rope. He doesn't miss. That hurts. That 450.
I've seen it, and I don't want to be on the end of it.
It's a contrasting style as well with your mat-based stuff and Sky going to the top. Although I think you could make him fly in another way. Maybe a way he's not so keen to be a participant in.
No,
but,
exactly.
so,
Air
yeah.
miles and altitude, exactly.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, and then so Mark, what about worldwide? Who's a wrestler? Maybe let's say competing today that you'd love to lock up with.
Competing to realistically, that just a name people might
If
know.
I'm a
that-
magic genie and I could snap my fingers and they're doing a show in New Zealand, who would you pick as your dream opponent?
Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. Nick Nemeth.
Oh,
He's amazing in what he does. I've never seen him have a match under 10 minutes that wasn't an absolute classic and amazing.
Yeah.
So Nick Nemeth is the guy I'd love to work.
Hell yeah. Elliot, same question. Worldwide.
Worldwide. Okay. So that's an incredible answer, being Nick Nemeth. I've got 2.
Would one be Greg Alexander?
No, it would not be.
Greg?
No. Josh Alexander.
Josh Alexander.
Yeah,
It's
from
not
TNA,
Josh
yeah.
Alexander. No, not Josh. I would say there's 2. There's Shelton Benjamin and there's Charlie Dempsey.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're going to go further back, slightly further back, I would have loved the chance, dream opponent, to have locked it up with a Finlay, or locked it up with a
Sounds like a Sheamus would be on that list.
a Sheamus
Good
too.
stiff, yeah, stiff match with Sheamus.
A stiff match with Sheamus. You know, I would relish the opportunity.
Your chest would just be hamburger meat.
It would be hamburger meat,
Yeah.
but I tell you what, you wouldn't get the smile off my face.
I tell you what, though, when he puts you on the outside, though, you
Yes.
just got to duck. That's
That's it.
No one seems to do that.
He's a
but
man
yeah.
mountain in his own right.
Yeah.
He really is.
He does
That
tie you
man.
up in the ropes, though, doesn't he? I think when he does that. So
I mean, I have tried to steal some of his workouts. Have
yeah.
you seen?
the Celtic Warrior workouts?
Oh, they're amazing.
great,
They're incredible.
Great series, yeah.
Like, they're amazing. That's how you're trying to bulk up. Watch that. It's incredible.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so obviously, aside from Unified Championship Wrestling, Champ, what is your favorite company's wrestling to watch in the world right now? Like the weekly shows, the pay-per-views, everything like that.
Oh, I love TNA. I absolutely love TNA. I've watched a lot more of that than I have AEW or WWE in the last few years. And I catch the big pay-per-views for WWE, but TNA consistently, even since the plague, has just had some amazing matches, some amazing wrestlers go through that company.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love what they're doing and how they're building and developing, and I think it's a great template for what we can do here in New Zealand.
Yeah, brilliant. Elliot, same question.
I would say I'm TNA too.
bruh.
I enjoy of the older TNA stuff. So you're talking early 2000s in there. I enjoy very much watching a lot of Ring of Honor. So I enjoy watching the Octopus, if you know who that is. I love getting to watch some of the WWE bits and pieces too. And they've put on some incredible pay-per-views. I was very lucky last year to go to Perth, Australia, to watch the Elimination Chamber live, and that is my favourite match type. So for me to see that live was a bucket list opportunity, and I just had to do it.
What's it like live? What's it like trying to watch through that
Through the
cage?
chains, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look! You don't see the
Zone it out.
You zone it out and you see the action. That was at Opus Stadium. There were 53,872 people in that building.
Why do you know that number?
And that's because my brain is weird. And I was one of the 53,000. And
it was a rainy Sunday.
it was a rainy day,
A slight
actually.
wind from the
There was a
east.
There were
slight,
only
there
two
was.
holes in the pair of underwear I wore that day.
Yes. And ultimately, it was just one of those moments because, yes, it was the flight, it was the whole experience, it was everything. And being that far around the world, for them to come out that far round, I had to take the opportunity, and I am grateful that I did. And getting to watch it live, seeing an RKO live, seeing AJ Styles, seeing LA Knight. Yeah! Something else too, just to go back slightly. Gunther, because I want that challenge.
Nice. Isn't a dream opponent.
As in a dream
I'm with you,
opponent.
right. Beautiful. Next question. Elliot, you've got a pretty bloody good theme song at the moment, but is there a track, if you had carte blanche, like you can either have a band that you like come up with the theme for you, or you can pick an existing song and use that for your entrance theme? Would you change your current theme, your entrance music, if you could?
Oh, look, my entrance music is becoming its own iconic thing.
Yep.
Electric guitars and saxophones. You can't beat it.
It's very you.
It's very me. It's very me, if you can't tell by the cape and the hat. But of course, I would say if there's a couple of TNA themes that I would very much love to have as my themes. Kurt Angle's theme in TNA. Oh, that just puts me on another. That puts me in another level. I would say Charlie Haas's theme. I really loved a Charlie Haas theme. But I'd also say Off the Chain, Bobby Roode.
Nice.
You know, and I love those three. I just feel that I can really connect with those. I think that my entrance music is something that's taken on a life of its own. But if I could nail it down to those three, those dream themes, that would be it.
Nice.
Yes.
Champ, same question.
Coming soon, March 8th, there is a new theme song.
Rattle me this. We got the scoop.
So this is brand. Well, we're still finalising some information.
Don't roll that back on me.
But we've had a talk. We've had a talk. It's an amazing local band coming out of Christchurch. Their first album's just come out end of last year.
Hell yeah.
We
don't have to spoil it yet.
Nah, screw it. The Vaults. They're an amazing band in New Zealand. Amazing Christchurch band.
Wow.
I got the honour of announcing them at Otahi Smoke onto stage.
Nice.
And then talking to them backstage. And recently it sounds like they might be doing the new music. And coming soon, hopefully.
Nice.
It's a bit more energy than I've had in the past, and we're hoping a bit more comes from it, and not just music. So hopefully there's more to come, and really optimistic and really excited about this one.
That's very exciting. So I'll chuck, if I remember, the VOLTS, the volts, isn't like electricity?
Yeah.
So
So you might notice in my logos and stuff, the lightning bolts started appearing.
Yes, indeed, they have, haven't they?
That was completely unrelated, and now it links up really well.
That's not a bad thing at all. So yeah, we'll chuck that in. If I remember, we'll chuck it in the description. Check out the vaults. I'm going to go listen to some of them after this. Okay, so next question. Elliot, what is the most painful wrestling move that you've ever received?
Two. I can think of immediately. A deadlift German suplex delivered to me. That was painful.
Is it because you're coming down on your tailbone a lot heavier than a normal?
No. It's from a deadlift German, you are essentially on the mat being hoisted up.
Oh, that's your shoulders, isn't it? Yes.
And then you're ending up on being stacked like dimes on top of your head. That wasn't a very fun one. Or of course, Ray Gunn's rock bottom. Probably easily my most painful.
So now he's stealing moves as well
that I've ever taken in my life. Again, I felt like my soul left my body when I impacted the mat that night, and that was for the light heavyweight championship. And even then, the man still showed respect.
Ray Gunn showed respect.
I
refuse to believe it.
And Ray Gunn showed respect, and after the match, he did raise my hand.
And then did he hit you in the... No?
Nope.
He didn't hit you with the belt.
He did not hit me with the belt.
He everyone with the
belt. He didn't low blow you?
He didn't low blow me.
When was this?
This was in 2023.
What happened in 2024? That was a
something
different
changed.
man.
Yeah.
He's had a change of attitude.
Yeah,
Okay.
change of attitude.
Well, thank you.
No, sorry. No, sorry. That was 2022. 2022 he did that. 2022.
Okay. Wow. Ray Gunn. We would like to see the old Ray Gunn. That was a little more honourable of a competitor. Champ, same question.
Cool Guys Skies 450 splash. That almost broke a rib.
Wow.
That's a lot of force and a lot of man landing on you. The torque in that is
A
insane.
lot of rotation, eh? Is 450, do they land on their back or on their front on
They
you?
land on their front on you.
Yeah.
So they do a full rotation and then continue over. And it's just
And it's that extra rotation that gives
the
such
force.
yeah.
The force is so much.
It's so there's the thing that people don't understand. When you're coming off the top, it's the rotation and the force and the torque, as you say, in a move like that coming off. It's not how pretty it looks this way when you're flying through the air with it. It's the sudden stop and that impact coming down. And it's that it just knocks the life out of you.
There's something else that some people think doesn't look as bad. And I think it's the most painful thing I've taken in recent times. And it's, I think it's called a pump handle slam.
Oh, yes.
And one Mr. Big Gun manages to lift you so high in the air and you just float. And then all of a sudden, with all his 100 kilos of mass, throws you as hard as he can onto the ground. And everything hurt the next day. Yeah. Everything. Like my little toe, my neck, my back, my knees hurt. My knees didn't even touch the ground. My knees hurt. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing.
They clack together.
I think he just throws you so hard.
Yeah, I had that in judo once. They always tell you to kind of not spread your legs, but kind of splay your legs. Otherwise, they knock together. I had my shins knocked together.
There's not much you can do when your hands trapped between your legs, and
exactly.
he just
that pump handle lift that is there. No,
Big Gun's another guy on my shit list. I feel like he's just
He used to be Dirty Deeds. He was a really good
what
guy.
happened?
Ray Gun.
Ray Gun
happened.
So Ray Gun obviously must have a way of being able to get in, talk you around, and sort of convince you that his way is the right way.
Oh, he's scum. He's scum. He turned Gibbo into scum. He turned Dan Crick into scum.
Yeah.
He turned Big Gun into scum. Yeah. He couldn't turn me into scum.
No, you managed to keep yourself.
I didn't have a choice in that matter.
You were forced to join the gun cabinet, weren't you? That's right.
Joy.
Yeah, I was going to say as well. You know, what do you remember Ned Flanders in The Simpsons years ago? He said they warned me that the devil would be attractive. I feel like maybe Ray Gun has got that kind of.
That's what you're into. That bikini onesie. That's what you're into.
I hate that so much.
Good.
I've never wanted a wrestler to change their attire more than every time I see Ray Gun in the ring. I just hate that so much. But I mean, I'm sure he does that to get inside his opponent's head, right? If you're not thinking,
it's distracting.
Especially
when the hair sticks out from under it.
Oh no! Especially if you're just seeing it from afar, you kind of, your eyes are squinting a little bit.
He teabags you as well.
And
like it's not thick enough down there.
There's no depths to what that
you
man will not
smell
sink.
Everything.
No. That's disturbing.
Yeah,
it's true. Disturbing.
We need to have like a. There's a hair versus hair match. We need to have like a loser has to retire their
loser needs to shave their pubes. Is what he said.
One of you two needs to beat him in that match. Okay, let's. I sense we're kind of reaching the end of my questions here, but I do have another couple of questions for you guys. So, wrestlers, you have to kind of have a good diet and keep your exercise up and everything. But we all love a cheat meal. Marc Morales, what is your favorite cheat meal?
Oh, I love Mexican. I love burritos. I love chimichangas.
You and I have gone out for Mexican a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know.
Brazilian barbecue.
Oh, now, yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yes.
Especially all-you-can-eat Brazilian barbecue meat. I got the meat sweats. Like, I don't drink much anymore, so I don't get, like, the hangover sweats.
Right.
But meat sweats,
yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel like if we were a tag team, our name would be the Meat Sweats.
I'm down. That's awesome.
I thought I was going to ask, if you two ever teamed up? Sometimes the general manager will force two superstars to wrestle together. Are there any thoughts on what you might call yourself as a tag team?
As a tag team, I feel that we would complement each other very, very well. I think that our styles are a complementary deal.
I'm making you fly. You're jumping off that top rope. So
I know. I can tell immediately just by the look and the sheen in your eyeball that there is some top rope shenanigans from my part.
Magnificent.
But of course, if it's something as dynamic as a rocket launcher, we can come up with something better.
Do you have any names in mind? Anything?
We both.
Ask Dash and L would be a good one.
Ask Dash and L. Just ask Dash. Yow. as in Elliot, right?
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
Oh,
Also-
I'd say I would have to really come back and think on that one.
you could-
Taylor. I would.
-M-EL.
Wow.
You could also have you could do something like the eccentric attraction. That's a pretty
Yes,
good one.
there you go. I was thinking,
Still the Enzo
I was,
Amore
I,
EA
was
all
I was
day.
going to say the Cape and Bandana connection.
That's cool. Yeah, that's nice.
That's always, but I like your suggestion.
Eccentric attractions, not
Eccentric
bad.
attraction, yes.
You're the creative one, man.
You're the creative
Well,
one. I
you
mean,
know.
come on.
Unified.
Come
I'm
on.
looking for work right now, so if there's anything in the creative department, I'm no. It's I love when the worst one I think I ever heard was Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne. They were Air Boom. That was one of the worst.
Goodness me,
two superstars together names.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I love thinking about hypotheticals. About two, you take the brand of both and you kind of put but the Cape and Bandana connection is not too bad.
If you want
either.
to talk about potential tag teams coming up with like random people, we've got some amazing rookies and trainees coming through our classes at the moment.
Tell us more.
We do.
And there's one in particular that I really want to take around the country with me, or two of them in particular. I'd love to do it. One of them's debuted. You may have heard of him. His name's Matt. He's part of CQRT.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Currently the tag team champion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Former Aftershock champion. He's wrestled on one show. He's had 2 matches. He's won 2 belts.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Incredible stuff.
It's a quick question. I missed the show where CQRT formed. What happened there? Because the last I remember seeing John Henry, he was the superior one. He's injured at the moment. He hurt his leg or broke his ankle or something.
He tore his Achilles.
Yes. Oh yeah, okay, that's not
Doing
what
some Ninja Warrior stuff.
Yeah.
That man is incredible.
The
So
man is a mountain of a man anyway.
How did he come up with CQRT? I missed a couple of shows where that was forming.
So it sounds like the superior John Henry, Stuart the Druid, who is now Stewie, and has learned how to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
He's talked.
He's promoted from grunts to grunts with syllables.
Nice,
Yes. So we can now understand him in the locker room. It's
And
always
then
very good.
I've got 2 others in there. There's Matt, who's just debuted. They've got, I don't know what his name is, but he came out. That's what we've all been calling him. I don't know if that's his name or if it's just what we're calling him.
Yes, it's just what- I
he
mean-
came out in a Santa suit
He
and
did. He
distracted
came
the
out.
Braxis.
He did. He
I
did.
see, yeah.
And it was wonderful.
I honestly thought they were going to kiss.
I thought so.
Braxis almost kissed Santa Claus.
Yes. I thought we managed to get some joy out of a very dark heart of Abraxas.
That's right.
But I don't know how they met. They all caught up together, and I think Bogan Jesus was involved trying to.
I remember seeing a video where John and maybe Stuart just found Matt and Leaf, did you say his name was? Just on the street and asked them if they wanted to join. And that was about all the context I had.
That was the context there, and
Yeah.
then suddenly they started building a friendship that has turned into what it is now.
The unified audience loved them. They got they ended the show last time, didn't they?
They ended the show by winning the tag team
Yeah,
title.
there
Yes,
was
they
a big
did.
party in the middle of the ring. That was great.
That was fantastic.
Okay, so next question. Did I ask you your cheat meal? What is your favourite cheat meal, Elliot?
Look, you haven't asked me that yet. My favorite cheat meal.
Do you nacho or do you taco?
Look, it's not Mexican. It's actually Italian.
Oh.
I love spaghetti bolognese. Like that is my favorite.
Nice.
And I, honestly, and then on top of that, I'm a big snacks guy. So if I see cheese and bacon shapes in the supermarket on special, that's another big thing. Corn chips, yum. That's all me. I really do like my spag bowl. And I'd say probably another big cheat meal would again be Mexican. I can't go past good fried chicken. So, for me, chicken on the bone, I won't touch it. Don't like it. It's not my thing. But if it's boneless fried chicken, yum.
Very good.
That's a good cheat meal.
What is your chip? Do you indulge in chips?
And chips?
Yeah,
Not really.
Not really,
No,
yeah.
I'll do hot chip. I'll do hot chips.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You mean crisps?
Yeah, crisps, whatever you call them. Packet, the one, yeah.
Oh, I like what are they, like the vegetable crisps? They're like
Oh,
low
that's
carb.
too
healthy.
They're low carb.
I've never tasted them before. But no, that's
They're low carb and they still have a lot of flavour.
Yeah, exactly.
Low carb for crisps.
I'm with their health stars is like 2 or something.
It's like 2.5, and then of course you find a packet, it'll go 1.5,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're in business for a
Yeah.
proper cheat meal.
Okay, so then one last question before we sort of catch up with what to expect in the next show. So, Elliot, do you have a skill, like maybe a party trick or something that people might be surprised to learn you have?
A party trick.
Like I can do the Rubik's Cube, and I don't think necessarily people would look at me and think there's
So
a man that can do
yes,
the Rubik's Cube.
see, I knew that you could do the Rubik's
Yeah.
Cube, but how quick are we talking? You doing the
I
Rubik's
think
Cube?
my average time is about 1 minute and 10 seconds or something.
Because last I checked, when we grew up, it was still at 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Oh
to do
no,
it.
they're like several seconds now. That's the
And
quickest people are
that-
solving it.
yes,
yeah.
and
Well, the 3x3, I don't know. It all changes and stuff. but
yes,
Yeah.
party trick that I do.
Or just a skill. I don't know. Do you make your own gear? You know, have you got any kind of any kind of talents?
Party trick. I'm really good with dates. I'm really good I'm really good with my history.
Oh, I thought you meant like taking like the fruit or taking someone out for like
Yeah, I thought you were
show-
really good at going out
showing
like
someone a good
dinner or
time.
something.
Yeah.
No. I'm
I'd
really
be crushing it, man.
I'm really good with knowing my history dates
And numbers too,
and
apparently, yeah.
and not numbers is where I tend to fall down. But if you ask me a history question around Tudor Stuart England, or you ask me about World War II,
Yeah.
or the polar explorers like Robert Falcon Scott, Ernest Henry Shackleton, or Roald Amundsen, I'm going to know those dates pretty well. I also really love aircraft too. So, of course, that's kind of like my inner geek on the side.
Is that where the goggles came from?
Yeah, exactly. That's where the goggles came from.
Airplane spin, makes
Airplane
sense, yeah,
spin.
checks out.
Air New Zealand, right? So, of course, that's my little nod to my little inner party trick is kind of knowing those dates, and I really enjoy facts and find things out. So for me, it's like watching The Chase or just facts to me are Play-Doh,
Nice.
basically. So, of course, do I make my own gear? You always find a creative flair with something.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you go and talk to other mad scientists, what I call mad scientists, like a Marc Morales, or you go and talk to other wrestlers around and go, well, what haven't they got? And so, of course, for me, I decided, well, being brave, let's do colours, because you'll never catch me in wearing black. No, that's just not how I do things. So I really love getting creative in terms of creating my gear and creating my logos, and that also brings me a great lot of joy. Does that
Nice.
help?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was looking for. So we should get this on record. Just show the nice people the T-shirt that not a lot of people know this, but I designed the original. You've got a range of them that we haven't sort of printed out yet, but
Yes,
this one
there's-
here was my doing. so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And of course, when you go to mad scientists like Mr. Ruddle here, and you go, help,
Yeah.
and then he decides to get creative and collab with me, wow, I couldn't ask for a more fantastic.
A lot of people wear it. It's
A lot of
great
people
to see,
wear
yeah.
it, and that's why they're called my eccentric army.
Yep,
My
there you
fans
go.
are my eccentric army.
Please don't ask me this question because I don't have an answer.
You don't have an answer. Okay, we'll just move straight on. So, we've got a show coming up. This episode is this interview is gonna drop in, I believe it's either the last Monday in Feb or I'm not quite sure what day it falls on, but it'll be around a week before the show comes out. What show have we got coming up, guys?
So March 8th, you've got Unified Wrestling's Summer for Assault.
Correct.
And
Is that the Kaiapoi Club?
Kai Poi
As always.
Workingmen's Club.
Sorry, yes, Workmen's Club. Yep.
I think it's called the Workingmen's Club. I'm going with that.
Yes,
I've been calling
it's
it
the
that for-
Kaiapoi Workmen's Club, gentlemen.
Yep, there you
That's
go.
exactly it. That's where it's going.
You can get your tickets to that from is it unified.co.nz? I'll chuck the link.
No, so it's championshiprwrestling.co.nz.
There you go. I'll chuck the link to that in the description. I myself am a regular frequenter of these events. They are so much fun, even if you don't like wrestling. Like, I've brought friends and family and stuff who weren't into wrestling, but they had
Thank you.
rip
Thank you.
roaring great time along
Thank you.
for that.
And then, of course, they got to meet us both.
That's right. We jumped in the ring and took a few photos afterwards.
We
didn't
did. We did.
But yeah, no. Honestly, it is a really, really good night out. It's just something to do. Like what everyone goes to music, or there's like obviously my stand-up comedy gigs, but the wrestling. Yeah, it doesn't happen that often. It's every couple of months, right? and it's well worth getting it. Kids love it. The kids get so into it. Some of the most vicious insults I've heard were said by kids to the wrestlers.
Kids to us, yes. And then you sit there and go, "What on earth have you been watching? Or
Yeah.
what on earth has been said?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but it lets the kids in an environment where they're allowed to. So they can
That's it.
say things, make gestures that they can't make at school or at home. It's the one outlet they have. And they see all this online, on YouTube or on TV shows. And a wrestling show is the outlet where they can. They can pull the finger, they can give you a thumbs down, they can call you a butthead. Like, it doesn't matter. They can
I think John Henry gets baldy quite a lot, which is
Gargamel.
Or
from
gets
Smurf.
Gargamel, yes.
Hey, Archie from
Not many
Tekken.
kids know that reference
Yeah, that's
anymore.
No,
It's a
they
dated one.
don't. No, they don't.
So then let's talk about what we can expect. So we'll start with Elliot. I understand you've got a match coming up where you can win quite a coveted opportunity.
Spoiler alert, no one's told him this yet.
Oh, shit.
Nobody has said anything. What have I got?
Thanks for announcing a new match for this card. Do you want to tell us some more?
Wait, do you want me to cut that out, or is it?
Whoa.
No, genuinely, you can announce this
We got
match. This
another
is
scoop.
awesome.
So I understand. I forget the opponents, but you have got
3 people.
a triple threat match.
Have I?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Wonderful.
If you win, what will he receive?
So I've heard. I'm not overly impressed about this, but the winner of this match gets a title opportunity of their choice.
Of their
at
choice.
Our next show, I think it's Unified Frostbite in May, of your choice. So I can't help but notice your eyes keep just
Oh, doesn't that belt look appealing, Elliot? Doesn't that look good, hey?
if you win this match. Actually, no, don't tell anyone. Let's just focus on winning this match. So, quick question for you, because I've been talking to our GM.
Okay.
Do you want to know who you're wrestling?
I would enjoy that because then I would know who best to prepare for.
Right. So, it is the eccentric one, Elliot Samuels,
Fantastic. Good
Versus-
start.
Well, that's one of the 3. Yep, good.
That's one of them.
versus Dynamite Juice. who
Okay.
I have both tag teamed with and against. He is unpredictable.
He's very popular.
He's very excitable. And a
he
very
is.
dangerous opponent because he's a massive fan of what he's doing. He's a fan who jumped the barricade, got involved, and has kept going. His star is on the rise. Our crowd love him. So no
They
pressure.
do love him. So okay, that's
true.
that's a big fish. Okay, good, lovely.
And unfortunately, number 3
There's always a but, ladies and gentlemen.
from Southland,
Southland.
part of the Blacklight District, one Mr. Corey Beams, who's currently the SPW Tag Team Champion and is originally from Canterbury. So he's got a
Yes.
massive point to prove.
Yes,
So no pressure.
absolutely none.
And if I remember the Blacklight District correctly, they never come alone, right? They've always got backup, just hovering around the ring, maybe making life difficult for their opponents. So make sure you prepare for, watch,
Possibly more.
put eyes in the back of your head.
Well,
But genuinely, all the luck in the world. Good luck.
wow. Okay.
I
Okay.
honestly did not know we were breaking the news on the show, so that's
Okay.
this is Elliot's genuine
This
reaction
is my.
to that.
This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
when you know what you've got. And here's the really fun part of all of this, right? Triple threat matches are known to be a few key things. They're known to be chaotic. They're known to be athletic. Anything can happen, anytime, any place, anywhere.
I think we know the time and the place.
We do know that,
Yeah.
yeah. We've got that part, yeah.
March
that's true.
8th.
Yeah.
Yes,
Halfway Workmen's Club.
exactly.
Somewhere between
for-
6 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Yep.
Wonderful.
We know who now as well.
I know. And just thinking
And why?
of who those people are,
You've got your work cut out.
I've
for you,
got
don't
my
you?
work cut out for me. And there's no two ways about it.
So the question, is it a elimination tag triple threat, or is it whoever gets the first pin is the
1-4.
winner? So you don't even have to be pinned to potentially lose that. That's something to keep in mind, right?
That's always the added incentive. There's always an incentive. But here's the reality of this situation, right? My star's been on the rise for a very long time here. My star is always ready. Always ready to go, right? I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. The reality is, with the black light district hovering around somewhere.
Like rats.
And like rats. But you've also got Dynamite Deuce in there, which is just another wrinkle to any potential game plan that comes into it. You've always got to be prepared in this game for anything at any given time. The fun part about this is that the last match I won was an open challenge against Ram.
Sick.
Against Sick. 1/3 of Sick. Well, again, this is another match that is always going to be dynamic. And triple threat matches, as we know in Unified, get crazy. So I'm willing to get on the crazy train too, right? I'm willing to do that. I've got no problem at all preparing for a triple threat match. Thank you for telling me, because there will be absolute carnage with a match like this.
Well, I look forward to seeing it. Good luck, Elliot. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Now, we turn our attention towards the champ. You have got a match coming up against Big Gun, am I correct?
No.
Oh, okay. Then tell us about your...
No, I don't. He needs to earn it.
He does.
He's got something he's got to do. He needs to earn it. He hasn't done much as a singles competitor.
That's true, yeah.
Like, if all you have to do is come out and attack someone from behind after a match to get a title shot, something's wrong. So he needs to earn it. I know Marcus Cool, the hooligan, is going to be back in town.
Oh.
He wants a shot at the belt.
So he's challenging you for this?
So I know Hooligan's in town, Big Gun's in town.
So you don't know what's happening yet?
I also know, from the Black Light District, J.K. Moody has just come off beating K9 and Jamie Takataisi in a triple threat match at WrestleMass.
It was a good match.
That was
He
a
also
very
wants a
good
title
bout.
shot.
That was big meaty men slapping meat for a lot of that, wasn't it?
That just looked painful.
Yeah.
So one of those three, none of those three feel like it's going to be an easy night.
No.
So I have to prepare for all three of them to go one-on-one while they're all preparing just for me.
They know you already, don't they?
And
So
they're
when
all
are you
bigger than me.
going to find out on the night who you're wrestling?
I'm still waiting to find out from Unified Management.
Right.
And I just have to be there.
You've got your work cut out for you too.
I turn up where I'm told to turn up.
Yes.
I put my body on the line, and I do everything I can to stand up for the Unified crowd. I do everything I can to put on a show and give everybody what they paid for. I'm not just called the main attraction for no reason. I call myself the star of the show because I try to prove that. I try to make sure what people are paying for is worth it. It doesn't always mean I win. Usually means I get hurt. But I'm not just going to lay down and take anything. I'm not going to quit. So to beat me, they're going to have to knock me out. They're going to have to do something really creative to make sure I can't get up, because I am not laying down.
I guess the benefit to your situation there is there's only so much preparation you can do, so therefore you don't need to, it's not going to be keeping you up at night thinking you've got to prepare for this wrestler, you've got to prepare for this wrestler. Like you say, all you can do is focus on being the best Marc Morales that you can, and then just have the confidence in yourself that whoever they throw at you, whichever of these three potential wrestlers, was it?
There's three of them.
They, you're going to be able to handle what they've got coming for you. So, yeah, best of luck, Mark. I'll probably be there with some of my comedian buddies watching it, and I look forward to finding out who it's going to be as well. But I think my money would be on you for winning that match against, nothing to take away from those three, but, you're the champ for a reason, and you got to do a lot to put away the champion, right? Okay. So that is basically going to bring our interview to a close. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been a lot of fun chatting to you here. Spend a bit of time with you. Once again, I'll chuck all the event information in the show notes in the description, so get along to that. And that is about it, really. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
When do we tell them we're not wearing pants?
Oh, we could...
We don't?
We don't.
Oh. Well, sorry.
Well, I'll cut that out as well at the end. They won't even see that yet. That's
Okay.
good.
Okay, good.
All right.
Lovely.
Good.
Good.